Morning, fifth graders. This is lesson, I think 3 of topic 11. We're going to talk about the metric system. And, lesson 4. Take that back. Lesson 4 of topic 11, doing the metric system and moving from one unit of metric to another unit in metric. Okay. Metric system is obviously different than our standard, which you've been doing, which is inches, ounces, miles, feet, all that kind of stuff. The metric system is based on the units or the powers of 10. So basically, you're just talking about zeros on your numbers on your chart and which ways to move them, okay? So I have copied the chart that is on page 658. It's really important, that chart on 658, that you understand that the base unit is whether you're talking mixing my units there, whether you're talking liters, whether you're measuring length with meters, the liters going back, that would be capacity, or grams, which would be weight, okay? That is what changes, really, just whatever you're measuring. The prefix, like kilometer or kilogram, centimeter or centiliters or milliliters, those are the ones that are going to change on you, okay, in their values, all right? If we consider the base a number 1, that's like the whole, okay? That's like a whole, right? And then a whatever, let's just say with meters because it's easier. A decimeter is 1/10 of this. A centimeter is 100th of that. And a millimeter is 1,000th of that, okay? And going the other way, getting larger, we have decameters, and then we might have hectometers, but we won't really use those because those numbers really don't pertain to much in elementary math. But then we have the large one, which is kilometers, okay? This will be based like on miles, like on cars when you go so many kilometers. This is kilometers or kilometers, all right? So anyway, but the thing to do is just to look at the chart where it tells you that if you have 1 kilometer, you have 1,000 of these bases. Okay, or you might see it written as 10 to the third. You know that the powers, okay, like I said, it's based on the powers of 10. A meter is 100 centimeters. Okay, it's 100, so there'd be 100 of these in one of those. A meter, okay, is 1,000 of these. That's why I have 1,000 there. And if I had 1 centimeter, I would have 10 of those. Because if you see, you go from 10 times 100 is 1,000. So that's why the 100 times 10, okay, gets you the 1,000. So that's why that's there. So all you really have to worry about is knowing these things right here. How many zeros, okay? And knowing whether you're getting larger or you're getting smaller. So you're going to have to make sure that you know and you use this chart, okay? So this is kind of the rule, all right, is if you go from larger to smaller, you're knowing as multiplying. But basically, it's just moving the decimal to the right, the number of zeros from your chart. If you go from small to large, which basically is division, you're just going to move the decimal to the left, however many zeros is in your chart. So let's do a couple problems, and I'm hoping that you're going to see how to work it. If not, we can discuss it in, our chat today, or you can get a hold of me earlier on Classroom, and we can figure something out, okay? So let me give you a couple of examples. Hold on. So if I am going from 8 and 2/10 centimeters, and I want to take it to millimeters, okay? So I'm going from big, centimeters are bigger than millimeters, okay? So I look at my chart and I see that from centimeters and millimeters, it has 10. There's 1 0 in 10, okay? So I'm going to move it to the right because I'm going from large to small. So I'm going to move it to the right one place because there's 1 0 in the difference between a centimeter and a millimeter. So my answer would be 82 millimeters. Okay? If I was going and I had 79.63 meters, and I was going to millimeters, okay? So there are 1,000, okay, meters, okay? There's 1,000 millimeters in every meter. So 1,000, over here, 1,000, right? 1,000 has 3 zeros. So I'm going to take this decimal and go 3 zeros to the right, which means 1, 2, 3. So it's going to be 79,630. Okay, I got to fill that place in with a 0. And then I go and put my comma in. So my answer is 79,630 millimeters. Okay? Now, going the other way. Let's say I have, oh gosh, what can I say here? Let me look at one of your problems and maybe get one from there. Let's see, small to big. Let's go small to big. Small, let's have 300, oh no, let's have 367 millimeters. And I'm going to meters. Okay, so I'm going small to big. So now I have to go to the left. Okay, so in this, you know, if a decimal is not visible, it's really right here. Okay, so the decimal would be right here. You're going to go 1,000. Remember, I got the same thing there. So you go 3 places to the left. It would be 1, 2, 3. So your answer would be 367 thousandths meters. Okay. If I had 48.9 millimeters, and I'm going to centimeters, okay, that's only a 10. So there's 1 0 in 10. So you move that decimal 1 place to the left. So the answer would be 4.89 hundredths centimeters. All right. So it's not difficult. Just remember to use the chart. Know whether you're going from large to small. Move it to the right. The number of zeros in your chart. If you're going from small to large, then you're going to go to the left, okay? And you are going to just move that the number of zeros in your problems, okay? If you have questions, again, you can get a hold of me during the chat. Good luck, and see you later.